Hi, welcome. My name is Dale McCluskey, and on this video I'd like to introduce you to one of my newest dogs. Her name is Blue Ivy. She's a Chihuahua Maltese mix. She's only about 15 weeks of age, so still very young, a puppy. But within the context of meeting needs, Blue Ivy is a perfect example of how things can go off the tracks very fast right from the start if you're not aligning properly to nature within the context of the dog's individual relational needs. So, and that goes to show that, just because of the size of the dog, you'll see me working with a lot of like bigger dogs, small dogs, all dogs in between, and I've trained over 2,000 dogs within the scope of my career with dog training. But here in this case, Blue Ivy, she's experiencing a whole laundry list of behavioral problems. But again, within the context of that relational need and power, it all connects. It all kind of makes sense. And so, again, the solution to overcoming all those problems is about building the right relational foundation and coming into right relationship. And so it's all about how we're connecting, it's all how we're thinking, and it's all about, even here as I'm holding or I'm with Blue Ivy, because again, training is still a intervention. It's all about, even here you see me pushing with my fingers, it's all about reconciling the relationship, because again, leadership is so critical to dogs. Their minds pivot, just like being a balanced parent. Yeah, you have to reconcile that so that your kids know, hey, I love you. However, don't be fooled. And I don't say that in a bad way, but it's like sometimes we have to do the difficult thing. We have to do that which is going to go against perhaps how we're thinking in terms of what love really is, and we have to bring our children or our dogs under authority. And again, that's not about being mean to the dog. That's not what it is. I mean, I show it's about relational change. So even my model, what I use is relational change. So even here you see me pushing, okay, with my fingertips on Blue Ivy's back, and what starts to happen. Okay, you'll see her calm out. You'll see her go into a state of relaxation. Okay, so people talk about massage, this types of massage with dogs. The best type of massage you can do with the dog to truly purge their mind is a relational type massage, which is I'm working to reconcile the roles even as I'm sitting here, because it's physical touch. But as the physical touch starts happening, okay, it moves the tachometer of my mind over, okay, into the leadership framework, okay, and it's like an echo, okay. It creates the building blocks to create relational change. So, but here, Blue Ivy, again, why people get themselves into trouble with dogs, especially with dogs like Blue Ivy who are so small, is that they're so cute, okay, and then that adds to everything, because we lift them up, we put them up to our up higher elevation, because again, that's more emotional, expressing more emotion. But here, if you want to do that, I'm going to show you here with Blue Ivy. If you want to bring a dog up, and certain natural dog behaviors, I'm not just going to interrupt that, but here, so it's again here, she'll start going here. Now lift her up, right? What am I continuing to do? Okay, I'm pushing on her side, okay? But I'm not pushing hard to hurt her, okay? I'm pushing to help to reconcile her state of mind, bring her into the right script. So I have her up here, I'm pushing on to her side, okay? But it's also not just to help her, it's to help me so I can help her, okay? So it's like an echo, okay? Because dogs are connected to us this way, okay? And it's very, very connecting, okay? So it's like the same thing. It's like, yeah, it's like a light switch going on and off. I'm not, because I'm in the center or in the middle of an intervention here, because my goal is to create relational change, right? The focus has to be on keeping it at the intervention level until I achieve change. I mean, that's the thing about dogs. You have to understand that, when people need help with their dogs, a misalignment has already happened. Okay, it's already ongoing. So, you know, you have to promote change the right way. So right out of the starting gate, you know, how I create change is through bringing that script online. It's relational influence. So I'm creating, the interactions are based on changing how people think. So it's a different roadmap going on, but it's highly effective. So you're going to see change quick. So for Blue Ivy, okay, part of her problem was when I had the kind of spreadsheet here, you know, house breaking, and she peed inside of her crate. Okay, that's an expressive state. It's not just about, you know, her not understanding or learning. Learning, you know, to get the house break, to build a kind of like the tracks or the railroad tracks to direct the dog's mind, it comes through leadership. Okay, you have to promote it that way. So it's like you have to bring that script online. So you're using the crate as a role-changing tool. Okay, right? That's right. But the other thing, the barking. I mean, since she's been here on the intervention, the barking behavior's already gone way down. Doesn't acknowledge her name. Again, the strength of you know, building that bridge to a dog learning, or the strength of commands comes through relational change. So, you know, if you're already walking on sand, you're trying to build off that, off the verbal, off language, you know, and you're already in a deficit. You have to, and this is what makes this relational model very unique and special, is because it creates the building blocks so that, you know, the influence, the type of influence that's taking hold, you know, creates the foundation of strength through commands. But, you know, how the commands come online through this model is different than how most people think. So they come online after relational change is taking hold. Okay, choosing everything. That's the possessive state. Okay, dogs will do that. When they're gaining power, it can be hostile. So it's like a self-hate thing. I mean, they gain so much power, and then they don't want anyone touching them. Separation anxiety. Yeah, separation anxiety, again, comes through the stress of holding that role and how they think about other people within as property. You know, so they're stressing. They don't want the property leaving the house. And so what's the fix? Again, it's relational change. And so I'm leaving the house and she remains in the follower script. And then the stress of that removes itself, and then she's not anxious, okay, that way. Trouble learning commands, it's the same command thing, okay? It's the bridge for that. So even, you know, the intervention this week, already kind of gotten over the hump. You know, she's here for 2 weeks, but already gotten over the hump of you know, the first week is very intensive because not even wanting to go on the leash and be led, you know, really locking in, really challenging, high challenging states for Blue Ivy. And now, you know, once relational change starts happening, you know, it's everything, the learning ideas about, you know, how learning comes on, it's a marker then. It changes the context because, you know, once you create relational change, you have influence over the decision-making process. You direct their mind. So she's already everything starting to diminish, you know. But it's one of these things where it just shows you have to, no matter the size of the dog, you have to meet their needs that way. You have to, it's all about relational change. So anyway, just want to give you a quick little insight. Blue Ivy's here for 2 weeks with me. We're already finished week 1. Now week 2, the focus is just on, again, continue to build the bridge so that when she goes back with her owner, she can continue the process. That's the thing about, I talk about, you know, how boarding and training is to give people the right relational foundation so they can continue the process. But Blue Ivy, great dog, very cute, you know, but you have to understand it's so important how you connect with dogs. It's so important that, just like with being a balanced parent, that you meet that relational need. And some dogs, like Blue Ivy is an example. You get Chihuahuas, some of these small dogs, they have an incredible amount of power, and we get in trouble fast because they're so cute looking. You know, we'll put more emotion on them. You know, but it's got to be reconciled. It's got to be about leadership, and it's not about being mean to the dog. Okay, that's the thing. It's relational influence. So it's not about overcoming them with physical force. is about the power of how you think. That's what really training is all about. The secret of training is really about how you think. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a great day.